Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. I'm James. Continuing on with our Balsa USA Stingray 120 build. In this video I'm going to be doing a few kind of smaller steps, and let me tell you what those are going to be. So I have the end plates that I put together in an earlier step. These were just sandwiched two pieces of balsa. As you can see here, they're just sandwiched together. And I just need to shape them. I need to just round off the edges and sand them and get them ready to be installed at a later time. And then I also have to do the same thing to the ailerons. They give you ailerons, they pre-cut the aileron for you here. This is a 1/4 inch thick piece of balsa, but again it has to be, the edges have to be rounded off and such. And then the other thing I need to do is, which I'll show you in just a second here, is I need to install, I have some stock triangular balsa stock material here, and I'm going to cut it into small sections and insert it in the trailing edge, because if you recall, I mentioned it before, the trailing edge is actually hollow, and there's a little strip of wood in between the sheeting, but it's actually an open space in here, and I wanted to put a wedge of material of balsa in here just so that the hinges have something else to grab onto, or something more to grab onto, I should say. So I have some old stock in one of my boxes here, and this should fit pretty well. And so I'm just going to cut some, I don't know, maybe 1.5 inch pieces, and I'm going to mark them out on the plans where they're going to be, so that I can go back when I do install the hinges, because the plane's going to be covered at that time. I'm not going to be able to see these. So I'm going to go ahead and mark the locations on the wing plans so that I can, properly locate the hinges at that time. So in comparison to my last video where I put the aileron bays in the wings, which I think that video was close to an hour long, this video is going to be significantly shorter than that. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. Okay, well that was kind of an easy few steps there. You know, I really like doing, you know, sanding and shaping, carving, you know, the balsa wood kits like this. This is one thing obviously you don't get when you're building an ARF. You don't have to do too much of that. So, you know, I really enjoy the process, so I really like doing that. And so these are now finished for now. As I've mentioned before, it's a work in progress until it's up in the sky. So I will check these things before I cover it. Again, I've said it before, I will check to make sure everything is nice and smooth and everything's even before I do the final covering. And then of course I put the wedges inside of the trailing edge to fill up those spaces for the hinges. I marked them on the plans. I marked the width of them on the plan so I know where they are. And once everything's covered, I'll go back and I'll be able to center my hinges. And then speaking of hinges, I'm going to be using these Robart Hinge Points. And these are actually 3/16 of an inch. And I think they're a little bit too big for this. I think so. I ordered some 1/8 inch size, and so yeah, I'll be installing those. So that's the reason why I wanted to put those wedges in, obviously, because if you didn't have those in there, there'd be nothing for these to hang on to. And even with a regular, you know, I don't know if you'd want to use a CA hinge on this size of an airplane or your typical nylon sort of the flat hinges, just didn't have enough, in my opinion, to grab onto. So that's why I did that. And one thing I do understand is that at the time of this video, Robart looks like they're going out of business. That's very unfortunate. Check out their website. They still have some stuff available, but I think they're sort of on the way out, which is really unfortunate. So in any case, I ordered a set of 1/8 inch hinges, and we'll take a look at those later. And then in the next video, I'm going to be moving on, as promised. I'm going to be trying to do some type of a cockpit for the airplane. And it's going to be a complete scratch build. I'm using this SIG canopy, and I don't know exactly how I'm going to do it yet, but we'll see when we get there. Okay, so that's it for now. As always, thanks for watching my channel, and we'll see you next time.